Hey everybody, welcome back to Burn and Rubber Garage. We're going to work on the C10. We're going to give the old Fox body over there a little bit of a break. There's nothing better than a C10 besides a C10 that runs. And with this one here, we've got a battery that is just not taking a charge. So while I was at it, I'll see if you can see that right down there. The tray itself is all rusted away. So I've got a new one of those. I got a new supplier I got that from. And as you can see here, bungee holding it in, so that's not really good. Not really thrilled with that. Story goes, I came outside to start the truck. I wanted to cruise it. We had a really nice day. It had the trickle charger on it in preparation for that day. Funny thing is, it still showed red. Usually red means charging, blinking means you're 90% battery or above, green you're good to go, and it'll monitor in that status. But this never went past red, so I came out, unhooked it, and thought it's probably okay. It wasn't. I can't get her to fire. I had to use a jump pack to get it to move. So with that being said here, I used Advanced Auto for the part. It was actually a really good experience. I took it out of the box already, so it was a really good experience using them. I did get the one that's with AC. So this bracket piece right here is for with AC. Otherwise, that won't be on there, that little tab right there. We're going to take this and get a nice new battery and put in it too. So I've got the tie down as well inside. I need to go get a bolt. I'm excited to have this in. This looks really nice. It was reasonably priced, plus they had a speed perk still. I've really enjoyed using Advanced. They get the parts here a lot faster than they said they would. So that's what we're going to be bolting in, and like I said, we're going to be getting rid of this rust. Look at this, it's just deteriorated and gone. So we're going to be getting rid of that and this battery. I don't know how old the battery is. We'll see if we can find a sticker on it when we pull it out. I'm going to go ahead and get a couple tools and we'll get this thing taken off. Alright, so we got a 12 millimeter here. As you can see here, we've got some corrosion. Nice part about doing this, we'll be able to get this all cleaned up. It's not too bad, but it's just obviously it's not something you want to have. So take it. Sometimes you'll have to grab a wrench as well to hold this side. This one's holding in with my hand, so it's we're going to be good there. So we'll get this one off. We'll get this one off, and then I'll show you how bad that tray is down there. Careful not to get the corrosion on your paint. And these ones are cranked on there pretty good. So overall, this truck's been okay. There's a couple things that piss me off. This guy with the bungee strap here. Some other odds and ends that just don't really make me too happy. So we're going to start fixing those. I've got this and a couple other parts we're going to put on it. But for now, let me get this battery pulled out and we'll go from there. All right, so sometimes, as you can see here, the bolt just won't come out. It will. It's just going to take a little bit. Take a screwdriver in between there. Hold it from moving. And just push just a little bit. And that'll loosen it up enough for you to get that off of there. So nothing too crazy. If the bolt doesn't come out, that's fine. You can see around here we've got a lot of corrosion on this battery. I'm going to check these cells and make sure we actually got some, I think it's distilled water that goes in there. This one's pretty bad, so I'm probably going to get a new bolt to put through that. The negative was just fine, as you can see here, but we're definitely going to spray them and treat them with some stuff. I'll show you that in a little bit. So let's go ahead and figure out how this bungee's held on and go from there. I guess the bungee is a way to hold it because it's obviously done it for how long now? I cannot get that to come unhooked. Let's see where we're hooked over here. I don't know. Maybe we'll just go up and out. Now maybe we can get this bungee off. It's been in there long enough for that to rust out. This is what's really frustrating, is this is completely rusted away. And this is why we're going to get a new one and put it in. So hopefully it'll go in pretty easy. I have never done one of these, so we'll learn together here. I see a couple bolts. A lot of people were saying you're going to have to remove the radiator. It's not something I want to do, but if we have to, we have to. So let's go ahead and we'll get this one out. There we go. So this is a 13. The nice thing about having this other one is you can see it's kind of going to be a template for what we got to do to get this off. And to put the new one on. There's one. We're going to set that over here on the left side, knowing that it goes on that side. This is just a cheap magnetic tray. Looking at this, it looks like on this side we're going to have one down below, so I'm probably going to have to get under the truck, and then 3 up this side. And this is going to be a pain. A lot of people remove the radiator to do this and put this to get it out. I'm not going to, so we're going to see if we can figure out a way to get around it with the swivel. So let me work on getting that bottom one from the underneath it, and we'll go from there. All right, so we got, I'm just trying to be careful here so it doesn't cut up my wiring. We got this out. Look at how bad that is. And this is a known issue with these because they just, you know, over time they kind of just get crappy. So I'm glad we got a new one here. There was the 2 on the passenger side, and now we're gonna have to figure out how to get these ones off, but the bolts are on this side of the tray. So we'll get down in there, see what we can do. I might be able to come in from this side and get it. We're gonna try a couple odds and ends here. There's 3 on this, of course. It has to be a bigger pain. You gotta love the jug, but you know what? It works. It'll catch liquid. I don't think I've ever got it that hot. We also have, this has been kind of, this fender's been kind of chewed up from all the rust too. So if you look over here, it's intact, and this one is not. So one day we may come over here and put in a new fender. So just, it's a known issue for rust with these. But we're gonna go from this to this. So it's gonna look a lot better. One upgrade at a time, and this is a must upgrade because, well, she wasn't starting. I didn't want to put a new battery in that and hold it with a zip tie or a bungee cord or whatever. So let me go ahead and see what I can work out on this to get those undone. All right, guys, me being lazy, I did not want to remove this, and I was able to do it without it. So I undid these supports at the top, 2 bolts, pushed it forward. The reason I did that is so I could get my hand in here and put my finger on the bolt. Otherwise, I wasn't able to get my fat hand in there. So this is loose. I've taken 2 of them off. The tool of choice here are these Husky wrenches. This one's a really nice one, except for this little switch right here. It kind of made me a little cranky. It kept switching back and forth and not doing its job. So this 12 here was my weapon of choice. You have to turn the wrench side to side to get it to do what you want. So always take it, so that would be tighten. That would be loosen. It's got a swivel head here. I took the wrench in from this side. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Can you see how I've done that? You can come right at the top here if you want. I've got this. I slid it on with my finger. My finger goes in it on the bolt. And the reason I'm putting my finger in on the bolt is once it gets loose like this, it could get to the point where it's not doing anything. So if you keep your finger on it, yes, getting these back in is going to be a real treat. I think we are free here. I'm going to try not to cut any of these wires. So there's what's left of our, probably could be original battery box. It's just, there's not a lot left. Putting these back in, I'm going to do the same thing. Probably what I'll start with is I'll probably put in the bolts over here first to hold it, and then I'll get these lined up. So a little bit of rust here, nothing too bad. If you look down here now that we got a light, this should connect. That's all been just eaten away. You can get new fenders. They do make new pieces for that, which is nice. Very common. I'm not too worried about it. So as long as my good old-fashioned Prestone jug stays, we should be good. So let's go ahead and get the new one put in. Be careful with your wires. And when you go to pull this, just lift this up, put it back into its groove, bolt the tops down, it'll hold it in place, you'll be good to go. So let's start by putting this box back in. This is going to be a brute. You may need a helping hand to hold this in place. All right, so we've got 4 of the 5 bolts in. Sorry, I got to go back to kindergarten and count. This is in there pretty good. We got one more to put in at the bottom here before I tighten everything up. Again, with this, you've got your little arrows here that show which way you're going. What I still like to do is stand like I'm facing the bolt. That would be tighten. That would be loosen. So I want to tighten these. Again, I'm taking my hand, going through here, tilting my light back, getting it on there. and then just going to tighten her down. These are really tough to put on. A smaller hand is definitely something you're going to want to take advantage of if you can. To get to that very bottom one, we lifted up on this and kind of lifted it up like that. Not too far that it bent anything, but we're going to get this thing on here and tight. Let me show you the range of motion on this bottom one. It's not a lot. Just be careful you don't mess up any of your wires. We did have to push down on this pretty good to get it to line up, even with 2 bolts in, that far one over there and this top one. So plan on having 2 people to help you do that if you can. If not, you can probably do it by putting the battery on, and that would probably be enough weight. So you could still line things up. This is the bottom one. You can only get just a little bit of a turn each time. I want it in there so I don't have to deal with this again. So now we're going to do this top one again, same process here. Get this on. I'll turn the light just a little bit. Still tough to see with that radiator. There we go. There we go. All right, so now we've got, where'd my little guy go here? I'm going to tighten this one up right here. And then we'll go down at the bottom. Since mine's rusted out, it's going to make it really nice to get that bottom one on, and then we're done. We'll put these core supports back on, pull the radiator back into position, and go from there. We do have a leaky radiator. Doesn't look like it's anything too bad, but it's definitely something we'll address down the road a little bit. Make sure you're not pinching any of your wires. Not sure why all these are run up here like that, but let me put this one in the bottom and we'll go from there. All right, so we got the battery tray in. We did end up running into a little fitment issue with it. So we undid this bolt right at the top here, put the bottom one in, which having this all rusted out or going away really helped. Otherwise you'd be working in like that, which you could definitely do. We put the bottom one in, then we put the top one back in, and we were able to bend it to get it to go where it needs to. This right here, didn't hurt anything. I don't have AC, but if I do add the factory style AC, I've already got the battery tray for it. So it comes in 2 versions. Battery tray with AC and without. With it comes with this bracket. Without it does not come with that bracket. Didn't have any fitment issues with this right here. Got my radiator bolted back in, fan shroud realigned. We're gonna have to redo a lot of this. I got a little leak coming out of the radiator, and this fan shroud just, I mean, it's clearing, but it's a little closer than I would like. So we got these 4 bolts back in, radiator set back in nice and tight. Big test now. Probably gonna do some little zip ties to get this out of the way. Let's see how this works. And then I'll go get a new battery and we'll see if she'll fire. So we got that in there. We'll get our front to tie down and hook down in there. So I've got to get this piece right here. I ordered the actual clamp, but I need the nut or the bolt that goes into this because the nut's already welded on the bottom. So let's go get a new battery and we'll go from there when we get back. See you in a minute. All right, guys, I got the battery. I went with a Walmart battery, their EverStart Max. It is a little bit more money. This was at this time about $94 roughly. It has a 5-year warranty. I called a couple of the other auto parts places and they wanted $168, I believe, for less cold cranking amps, which was a little frustrating. So the battery I got rid of, I believe, was 600 and like 750 cranking amps at warmer temps. But cold crank amps, this is 750 and 925. This has the 5-year warranty. Should be really good. Let's go ahead, lift this up and in. There we go. We're down and in. Perfect. Get that in there. And then I've got a couple other things I got. Battery hold down kit. I did order this with from the same Advanced Auto Parts. It's a tray clamp, but it didn't come with the bolt. And then I've got some new terminals. So I'm hoping I can use the the bolt off of this and use this hole down because I want black. This one, it was supposed to come black, but they sent me stainless steel, which was more, so they just grabbed the wrong one, and I don't want a stainless steel under my hood with all the black under here. So let me go ahead and get this battery hooked in, and we'll come back with it all hooked up. Hey guys, got it all wrapped up here. This was involved, belt sander. Let me, geez, sorry, I hope that didn't make you throw up. If you did, hope you had a towel. I took this block right here, I'm going to see if we can see it, and had to sand down the bottom, and that's what I've used as a tie, as a battery hold down. Kind of see if we can light that up for you there. You can kind of see I took off the entire bottom so that it would fit. The piece they sold me didn't fit. Yeah, so that was great. So I bought this really nice piece, which they sent me the wrong one anyways, but this is what was supposed to be on there. It didn't fit. I think my battery is just a hair too big, but I didn't want to give up my cold cranking amps. This motor likes a little bit of power to turn over. So with that, it worked. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It is a little bit more difficult than just an average take out some bolts, put it back in. You got to move the radiator and stuff like that. But again, I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank you guys for the thumbs up, the support, the views, everything. We'll keep going on this. I've got some more things ready to go on it to fix what this guy did wrong. And eventually we'll get her back up to where she should have been. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. If you haven't already, please subscribe. See ya.